Life is a journey. It's always been said, and it will always be a journey. It's interesting, filled with happiness and disappointment. The cry at dawn and the laugh in the sun are all gifts of life. The challenge has always been that we are not prepared when the opportunities arrive, so they slip by. You need to be equipped on the inside to be ready on the outside to unleash your talent for bigger assignments. Unfortunately, people set off on the career journey without a map, so it sometimes gets hazy, murky, and the unexpected sets in. You know you have wings, but you just can't fly, and you feel like throwing in the towel so to end the journey prematurely. But hey, you cannot quit if you want to win. I mean, you cannot quit if you really want to win. You need to be in the game to win the game. You need to develop yourself on the inside so that you'll be tough like the secretary bird. You'll be prepared and ready like the eagle. And you'll be smart on the outside like the ant. You surely need to get the map before you enter the woods. This will help you control your sweet spot to avoid your fortunes being grazed off. And when you practically experience the learning curve, you see yourself climbing up the ladder with confidence as you build your competencies aimed at controlling your destiny with greater enthusiasm to the top. And when you get the keys and skills, don't leave the team behind. Pull them along, carry them along, and show them the way so that all of us will fly together. It's okay to commit some mistakes on the journey. Mistakes increases experience, and experience should decrease mistakes on the journey. Live, learn, love. And when you sparkle, shine, act, inspire, lead, so we can all sail. It's not difficult, as they say, but it's also not easy, as you think. This is your journey to the top. Get one.
Okay, so that was it with Richard Ahenkorah. So now it's back to business. Mr. Ahenkorah.
Hello.
An official welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome back.
Thank you very
to the
much.
Book Review Show.
Thank you very much.
How have you been? What have you been up to? 2019. We are in February already.
Yeah, I mean 2019 we have high hopes and expectation actually. So you know, I'm a banker.
Yes.
So 2019 started with managing our space,
Yes.
and you know what is happening in the industry. But I think we're shaping up well, and then we picked up also well. So 2019, good so far.
So far, so
Yes.
good. Okay. All right.
It's interesting as well.
Mm.
Yes, very interesting. We've been able to manage situations how it's not supposed to be, and then we're just looking forward to see a very better one by the end of the year.
Wow. That's great. I hope to see that too.
Thank you.
And I'm waiting for your next book. Okay, that's not why we're here, but we'll be going straight into now your journey to the top.
Yeah.
It's been a year since you came on board. Now, maybe some viewers know why you wrote this book, but some don't. So our first-time viewers, why did you decide to write a book on this?
Yeah, I just decided to put this book together just so people would know that the workplace has a lot of goodies. You know, people are having challenges at the workplace. All they need to know is to know the secrets that you need to have to apply your skills and talents to get to that position that you want to be. And so I just titled it, Your Journey to the Top. It's not my journey. The very moment you have it, it's your journey to the top. So you personalize everything in here, and then you work through it. It's very practical. It's a very practical book. So you just work through it, and then apply most of the skills that are taught here. And I can tell you for a fact that it gives you that, career acceleration towards your progression.
Well, it's the Book Review Show right here on Precious TV, and we're looking at Your Journey to the Top, written by Richard Kwarteng Ahenkorah. Well, if you want to join us via text or WhatsApp, you can do so on 0203-438710. At the appropriate time, we'll announce the phone line. So please do not call. Just text or WhatsApp to 0203-438710. Now, the corporate world is something else.
Yeah.
It's something else, and many people lack training before they go inside. But some people say it's, I mean, you get trained as you go along the way. So this book addresses all those. It's about 10 chapters, getting the basics right towards leadership, learning to learn from nature and weird characters, the we factor, one long road, stringing all together, echoes from within, corporate bags, bed bags, handshaking for network and for business, becoming a better professional, and then nothing happens for nothing. So, Mr. Ahenkorah, can you briefly take us through, and then we address some key issues in there?
Yes. You know, for me, I always say that the workplace is just like a party. It's supposed to be fun.
Really?
Yes.
With all the seriousness?
Yes, it's supposed to be fun.
Oh, no, I don't think it's supposed to be fun. I think it's supposed to be serious. The work has to be done. That's how it looks.
Exactly. When I say it's supposed to be fun, it means that you have acquired all the skills and you know your stuff and you know what is expected of you. So you are excited going back to the workplace another day. There are people going back to work on Monday who feel like, Monday again?
Yes.
And there are people who goes like, oh, people go like, great, tomorrow is another Monday. It's going to be a very beautiful week.
No, are you sure everybody is so excited? I mean, some people are excited about Monday.
Yes, some people are excited.
Mondays can be so cumbersome.
Some people are excited. They just can't wait to see the week starting. And with all the seriousness and everything, they need to get into that space and get a thing done. So these are people who have gotten to know that the workplace have some secrets, and then they've been able to acquire those skills. And these are some of the things that I've captured here. So when I say it's supposed to be a party, I mean that don't let anyone ruin your party. You just have to be happy.
So whose party is it? Is it my party? Is it our party? Is it your party?
It is your party. Because you are getting in. If A is having fun, B is having fun, C is having fun, the whole institution, everybody is happy, then the institution is happy. And when the institution is happy, goals are easily attainable. And then you can also trust people. And then you can also believe in the skills that people are bringing on board. So that when you put everything together, you can achieve the corporate objective. So, in the same way, the way I said it's a party and you go in there to have fun. When you go into a party, you just don't start by dancing. You just have to observe certain moves. And then you even find a space that you're going to dance.
So you control. Wait for the right music.
Thank you, the right music. Then you get into the groove and you look at the space and you see how you can move your steps. Even with that, you need to check the radius for which you can control your steps. So it's not everywhere that you just move and you just split and you jump and you somersault. You just can't have that. Because mind you, at the party, some people can make it messy. Some can pour drinks on the floor. You step on it, you are down. So when I say the workplace is a party, all that I'm just letting you know is that there are so many things happening there. But there are also traps, and at the same time, there are obstacles as well. You know, so you need to find a way to see which ones that you need to go past it and the ones you need to go through it.
Wow, okay, so I think the last time we came, we looked at chapter 2, learning to learn from nature and weird characters. You said, don't look far to shape your leadership development skills. Don't look too far to shape your leadership development skills. Why shouldn't I look?
Yeah, all that I'm saying.
Sometimes it feels the things around you. I mean, you're so used to them. So, what gives? Let me just. Maybe what's around me is not enough. I have to pursue something higher.
Yeah, basically, sometimes the things that are closer to us, we just see the surface, and then we see them on the face value. We have not scratched or even dug down. All we do is we scratch the surface. We don't scratch deeper. We don't dig deeper. So we don't get into it. But when we get closer, like for example, it is said that when I look at this wall, I can look at it very well, look at it closely and closely, then I can even see where the iron rods are within this wall. I can look close into this wall and I can see where they have the beams and when they don't have. So all we're saying is that don't look at things with face value. Don't just scratch the surface. Keep on scratching if possible. Dig down. So that is what I mean by that. So I just gave us some example. And some of the examples that I gave, number one, I gave out the example of the hunter. When I said the hunter, for example, we always see the hunter around. We see or read about them. And when we travel even, up country, we see some of them. What can we learn from them? And I said that hunting is a numbers game. The hunter is heartless but wise. So, for example, if you're given a target at the workplace, all the hunter knows is that I'm going to I'm going to hunt and then bring something home, because in a game I need to win.
Yes.
Irrespective of whatever happens, I need to win. So winning is a mentality of the hunter. If the hunter goes out and he comes out, you just can't say that, oh, the hunter couldn't get A, B, C, D because the hunter wasn't well today. Excuses don't have any place at the workplace. What you're supposed to do it. And I always tell people that there are two things that make the workplace very beautiful. Do it. Don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. And so they said, do this at the workplace. When you do it, you get promoted. But when you say do it, that's why people don't do it. And the next thing is that don't do it. Because when you do it, you'll be sacked. And people do that and they are sacked. So when you know these two, don't do it.
It's just about, it's
do
a
it.
line. It's either there or here.
So when you get to appreciate just these two things, it takes you all the way there, and you are so excited. That's why I'm saying that it's always a party, because this is what I'm supposed to do. If you think you have any dissenting view, you can always come out and then share those views, and then you see, we need to also make systems better, systems fluid. People should be able to use it. So if things are not making you flow or gel at the workplace, you should be able to come out, and then we can make it better. And when we make it better, that becomes a policy, and the policy says don't or do, but people don't when they say do, and people do when they say don't. And so these are some of the things. So when I pick from that angle, that is what I meant from the hunter. No room for excuses. I picked the lion as well. It's also another, everybody knows, and we call it the king of the jungle. You see, you just don't end that title like that. The lion is not the biggest in the jungle. The elephant is. The lion is not the tallest. There are a lot of them, from the antelope to the giraffe with the long necks and all that. But the lion is still the king of the jungle. The question is why? One cardinal principle about the lion is that winning starts from beginning. So the very moment the cub starts getting training from the mother or the parent, that's the lion, he knows that I'm here to win, or was born to win. And that is how the workplace must be. You get into the workplace, don't be a loser, because two things happens. You can decide to be a follower or a leader at the workplace. It's your decision. So, and you see, the top is very small. A lot of people get into the following, category, and just become leaders at the workplace. So it's a decision to choose that I want to be a leader. And from day one, you'll be seen as a leader, because you get a job done, you look after people, you are disciplined, integrity, spot on, time management, there you are. You master what you are doing, you're ready to learn, you have the spirit of learning, you show empathy, you care about the business, not just your portfolio. Then with all of these, you are on your way to leadership. So this is one of the things that Leon brings to the table.
So now looking at, I think the next chapter talks about teamwork.
Yeah.
Looking at the characteristics of these, the secretary bird, the hunter, the lion, the eagle, there are some people who are loners in the workplace. They would like to work alone. Now, if you are that type, now you're talking about let's work together, let's do this together. How do you work in a team? Let's say if you're a loner, maybe from your previous workplace, you were working alone and it's just you. But now you have been introduced to a team and they complain that you're always working. How do you come out to work as a team?
Yeah. To start with, you can never work alone in the workplace. So if you have that idea that I want to do it alone, you've lost it from day one. Because the workplace comes with workflow. So A starts, B continues. So for example, where you end, your output will be someone else's input. So you just have to finish what you're supposed to do. Someone takes it along and then go with it. It's like a relay. Otherwise, you can't complete a task. Now, all the characteristics that are brought out basically are supposed to shape you to know what kind of character do you have. And mind you, Norman Schwarzkopf defined leadership as a very potent combination of strategy and character. But he said if he has to choose one, he'll go for character. So the very moment you see that your character is not getting or even getting subsumed into the corporate, for example, values, which of course teamwork is very essential, you have to look at it again. But most of the time, leaders allow some of these things to go. The leader must ensure that the person is trained on teamwork, getting to understand what performing teams do. You also have to let a person appreciate what happens when all of us bring our skills and talents to the table. Because, for example, the law of synergy tells us that not 1 + 1, which they say is 2, it tells us synergy says 1 + 1 equals to 3. What it means is that me and you, when we do things together, we can increase our output. And it comes with orientation. So if you look at what I just said here, I mentioned that in teamwork, there are no issues.
Yes.
But in teamwork, there are issues. The question is, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
I have had several trainings and they ask me, Richard, just hold on. Teamwork, no issues. Teamwork, issues. What do you mean by that? What I mean is that with teamwork, all of us are coming from various backgrounds. We have various orientations, various exposure, various educational levels. Let me bring it to even this office here. You may have people who have finished SSS, secondary school, some have finished first degree, some have finished their masters, some have done their PhDs. And we are saying that we are having a team meeting and we need to contribute. But we need everybody else's two persuas, forgive my French, mind, so that we can put it together. That one alone tells you that there are issues. Because maybe an SS leaver may give you what he thinks raw.
Yeah.
The PhD is thinking this thing should have been packaged. So it should have been packaged. Why don't you package it and show him that next time package it? So by doing that, there are issues. You may be recruiting people, which of course sometimes you don't have control over them.
Yes.
You are there, HR will just say, hey, this is your new teammate. It happens every time. The guy gets in from day one, there's an issue. Why? Because, forgive my French, the guy lives maybe in East Legon. He came, he closes going home, everybody goes to Abokobi, Nima, whatever, and he feels like, me, I come from East Legon, me, I do that, or me, I come from a rich home. And it doesn't matter at the workplace. Yeah. It's about what are you bringing to the table so that we can multiply that talent to enable us achieve the corporate objective. So that alone brings issues. Some have exposure, some have lived elsewhere, some have lived in Nigeria, Togo, France, South Africa, UK, US, some have never traveled anywhere, some finished Bichim Secondary School, straight to Accra, and you are working with the person. So the person's orientation, it doesn't mean the person hasn't got anything to offer, he has a lot. So those little petty things actually start with the issues. And those issues, if not controlled, can lead to something else. Some will resign, there will be, people will be disgruntled, you see team conflicts, and more importantly, before you realize, you'll be losing your good staff. Or people who have potential. Normally, those are the people I protect at the workplace. People who have potential. So
you said they are normally the people you protect.
I protect a lot.
Why do you protect them and leave the others?
The beauty about leadership is that you need to see beyond what others are seeing. And so sometimes I could make a decision today, or I could make a statement today. I'm talking about 5 years on. I'm talking about 2-3 years on, when maybe I may not be there. And so the potential are the guys, or the potential are the guys that whatever statement you make in leadership, they are the ones that you are tying them to the vision. Mind you, in leadership, you are close to the people, but you are far from the people. So when you are close to the people, you have the discussions, you tell them what is happening. But because you are far, you always talk about what is going to happen in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And in looking at that, you look at the people you think they can be there in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So most of the decisions for me I make in my office in particular are for those I know they will be there in the next 5 years, 2 years, so that you build their career journey and then let them follow the journey happily. When they go wrong, you sanction them. When they do well, you reward them. And when you're able to do all of these, it becomes something they look up to. At any point in time, you keep on painting the picture. And sometimes the vision must be compelling. Compelling that people want to stay and be there to be part of it. So those are, when I say there are issues in the workplace, that's it. But when I say there are no issues, I mean that we all have one objective. The objective is from us to move from point A to point B. So there are no issues in that. We have to look at the main thing and look at the bigger picture. When I say there are no issues, one other thing that I also want to point out is that we all have our personal values that we live by.
Yes.
But the very moment you come to the workplace, you live by the corporate values. And so when you are led by the shared values or the core values of the institution, there shouldn't be an issue. That's what I mean by that in teamwork.
There are issues when it comes to teamwork, and there are no issues when it comes to teamwork. Well, this is the book review show right here on Precious TV, and we're looking at your journey to the top, how to live in the corporate world, how to manage situations, how to be a leader, how to get trained. The list goes on and on and on. You can join us via text or WhatsApp on 020-343-8710. That's 020-343-8710. At the appropriate time, we'll pick calls. So just send your text, your WhatsApps coming. Now, in teamwork, there are issues and there are no issues. So how do you communicate so that you lessen the issues when there are issues, and you let me just leave it there.
Okay. All right.
I think chapter is it 5? Chapter 5.
Okay.
Page 69 deals with with that.
Sure. Page 69, communication in leadership development. At the workplace and even in life, it's been proven that 80% of the issues we have in life or with people within the team comes from conflict. Conflict is generated by communication, lack of communication properly, or the gap that comes within communication process. So I even say that instead of 80% being more or less the research figure obtained, I think that it's 100%. So 80%, yes, 80% of conflicts within the team come from communication, if not 100%. Because you see, within communication, you see people exuding not just, physical, feelings, but most of the time, it's emotional.
Yeah.
People can leave, issues today and attend to them next week, next 2 weeks, even 1 year, next 2 years. Some can leave it, pile it up, compile it, pull it on top until it gets full. Then when it is time for appraisal, then they bring it out. But what this book is telling us that we just need to be smart. And one of the smart rules in communicating is to ensure that you separate the facts from emotions. From emotions. And so you need to be emotionally intelligent. For example, A does wrong at the workplace and you need to correct her. If you put the emotions together with the facts, you get it wrong. But the fact is you like the person. The fact is you're not supposed to do X, Y, Z here. Those are the facts. The fact is that the policy is there. You can quote the policy. The fact is that this particular action on the sanction grade attracts this particular punishment. That's the fact. The emotions are that I hate this guy or I like this guy so much. No matter what he does, you get it wrong. This guy is, I don't like him, and therefore A, B, C, D he does, I take it to another level. So it makes your communication actually even flawed to start with. But even within a team, when we communicate, we should learn to communicate in such a way that we can always go back and even replicate what we said again. Because if you just communicate or give feedback in the process where your emotions are overriding the facts, definitely you get it wrong. So I quote the STS golden rule in communication, which I say that before you speak, stop. Think and then start. Don't start and then in the process you are thinking, then you say, then you stop. You stop, you think, and then you start. That is the STS rule in communication. But normally, communication at the workplace also is being guided by being assertive. You need to be assertive. Assertiveness is not arrogance. Assertiveness is aggression. And then if you are not also assertive, you are acquiescent. Assertiveness gives you that power to communicate with conviction, because you need to learn that in leadership and building your career as well in the workplace. Learn to use the I. Carrie, I've been observing you for 2 weeks, and I noticed that you are A, B, C, D, and you are not attending to meetings and crucial seminars. I don't see you, and because of that, based on the policy, you'll be attending to DC. After DC, whatever the outcome is, maybe I give you the sanction. But you don't say, Carrie, people are saying that. That is not assertive enough.
That means you are just judging by what others have
Yes.
said, even if it is you.
Even if it's
and
you.
I realize that many
That
people
is
don't
our
want
part
to
of
say
the world.
I, because
I
when you
feel
say
sad
I,
about it.
Yeah, when you say
and,
I, the person tends to attack you.
Sure, and people who have worked with me, they know me. Even when I was an officer, way back when I started my career, I go and say, I've observed this, and I think normally when I also do this, because I give constructive feedback, I just don't criticize. I tell you what I've seen, and then based on that, I also proffer suggestions or solutions to what we can do to manage some of these things. Within the same communication, it's listening. People also don't listen. And if you don't listen well, you can't give very good feedback. So we need to manage our listening skills as well. And you know, when you go into the books, they'll tell you, oh, communication is a transference of a meaning from what to a this to a that, from what to a receiver. For me, my definition of communication is being understood. Being understood. So if I'm working with you and I say certain things to you, I give you an instruction and you don't understand it, I've not communicated. And if I say to you and you also don't understand it, come back to me. But if you leave it to, oh, okay, boss or my line manager said I should do this, then you just go and go, that is not what you meant. That is not what I meant. What you've done is what you meant. It's not what I meant. So it means that there had been communication gap. So we need to work all of this. So if you look into the book, it gives you the 7 key, straight 7 C's for effective communication. It said be clear. You just have to be clear. Whatever you say, there should be clarity. Don't say things and hide things in there. Be complete. Make sure whatever you are saying, you complete it. Don't say, you see, go and put the distance into the distance and do the distance and mix the distance and bring the distance to me. What is the distance? You have not communicated. Maybe you have your own coded language, but even then again, if you are communicating to the person, make it clear. Be concise. Nobody would want to read 100-page document, which actually what you meant is a 1 sentence. People are getting tired and frustrated with that. So be concise. Be coherent. Whatever you are saying, let it follow from A to B to C to D. Don't say, go through the door. Go and take this one outside for me. But when you go outside, you meet a box. Why don't you say when you step outside, you meet a box, go to your left, go to your right. Be coherent. Be correct. If you are giving figures and you want to quote and then refer to a certain information from policy, from anywhere, be correct about it. And then be courteous. You are dealing with human beings, forgive my French, not goats. And be considerate as well. And 2 key things I always give to people for free, which is not part of the 7 straight C's, is that you need to be competent and also be confident.
In your communication?
Yes.
What has competence got to do with communication?
Do you know why? Sometimes when you don't know your stuff, people don't take you serious. That is the addition I'm giving you for free. And so I stated in the book.
Extra 20 Ghana.
Thank you. That's the addition I'm giving for free. People don't take you serious when you don't know your stuff. Oh, he started again. Just saying whatever he's saying because he saw it on TV.
You as a child with temper tantrums. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Just throw in. And then be confident. Be confident because, you see, I always tell people that knowledge gives you confidence. If you don't know, the will start showing, the will showing, the scratching of heads, the tapping of chin will start showing. So I give these 2 for free as well. Be competent and then be confident.
Okay, be competent in your communication and be confident about it. I think we can have some calls, if I'm right. 0207 10001 is the number that you can call. 0207 10001. Of course, we are not going to go through the whole book. That's why he's here. You have to buy a copy. Mr. Ahenkorah, please, how much does a copy go for? Where can we get the books to
Okay, you can get the books, Book Nook Bookstore. You can get it from Eagle Knowledge Institute. You just send a mail request to it, ask@eagлекnowledgeinstitute.com.gh. You can also go to the EPP bookshop in Legon. You can go to the Kingdom Books, also on Legon campus. And there's something cooking very soon. You see that at the Bachona Total. And normally I do programs as well. So anytime I'm doing programs and you just find it, just
But you're on Facebook.
I am on Facebook as well. You can reach me on Facebook. That is, it's Richard Kwarteng Ahenkorah. And normally when you get in there, someone will be talking to you sometimes. but it's still me.
Please hold on for. We have a caller on the line. Good morning, our first caller for 2019.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I can hear you. Good morning.
Don't lose this caller. Hello.
Hello. I can hear you. Good morning.
We lost that caller. Yes, please continue. We lost the caller. Please call again. 0207 10001. The number is on your screen. 0207 10001.
Yeah. So on Facebook, I mean, when you make a request, I mean, someone will be attending to you, but it's still me. So that's also another, vehicle to also push the book through.
Okay. So while we wait for the callers, now one of my biggest challenges is confronting challenges. While we wait for the callers, can you talk a bit about that's your bonus? So it's 50 cents. While we wait for the calls.
Okay.
You said constantly engage issues to resolve them. Don't breed fungi. Spray them. Don't keep them.
Yeah. Basically, as part of management and even in leadership in particular, you just have to learn to confront or manage situations, because the three key components interacting to enable us achieve a good leadership situation is the leader, the follower, and the situation. Sometimes the challenge will be the situation, you need to confront it. Sometimes it will be with the followers, you need to confront it. The reason why we say you don't breed them, or the reason why I mentioned I need to confront them, is that people normally run away from issues, and then it comes back again, because once you have not dealt with it, it will come back. So in learning to confront challenges, the key thing I mentioned is that constantly engage. Engage. Don't move backwards until that is solved. And when that is solved, you now set the policy or set a rule, or like it is done in the workplace. Then this becomes a norm. Now going forward, we have been battling with this, but finally we have solved it. If you did it with the team, thank the team. If you did it with one person, thank the person. And people who give you the challenges are the same person who will help you to resolve it.
We have a call on the line. Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Albert. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please,
My name is
speak
Albert.
up? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Oh, I think we lost this caller as well. What is happening? People are itching to get. Okay, so let's continue.
Okay, so if you read the book, there was something I mentioned, that a leader must be ready to go through challenges, because that is what you've been wired for. The very moment you get up and you're going to work, you're going to solve challenges. Otherwise,
don't fight them. You said
yes. There are two things.
Fight challenges.
Yes.
You meet them.
No, obstacles, challenges. You meet them. Sometimes you need to go through it. Sometimes you need to crash it. But traps, don't meet them. Don't go through them. Go past them. Like at the war front, obstacles are walls. You can jump and all that. But traps, you get in, your leg will come out cut.
That means you really have to know the difference between
a trap.
If this is a trap, this is a challenge.
Sometimes I don't. If I have to get personal, there are a lot of traps that have been set for some of us when we were building our career. Because personally, those who know my career in the area of banking in Ghana in particular, and when I started from an officer at Asamoah Bank, then senior officer, whatever it is, and became a branch manager, then head of human resources, then head of region, then chief business officer, a chief operating officer, a deputy managing director, and the managing director.
A lot.
And within like 2-3 years, my career progression was fast, especially between a senior banking officer to head of HR was very, very quick and fast. And so I didn't have friends. It became very difficult. So I need to make friends. Because if I sit down to that, I didn't have it. So I was making friends. Why? Because within like few years, I'm now with the seniors.
Please hold the phone. I think we have another caller. I hope this caller stays. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Shari. I'm calling from Madinka.
Okay. Please go ahead. Make your suggestion. your question.
I think that this presentation, I watched you very well. I'm really enjoying my father is talking about the book. I've not read the book. I don't have to copy it.
You'll
But I
get
think
one
I've
soon.
read it now. I think I'm okay. What he has been talking about explanation. We have been reading a lot of things about communication. And what he just gave us about communication, I'm telling you, it's just very important to me, and I'm really, really enjoying it. And thank you very much. I guess I'm here where we can take up.
Yes, he will give more details before he goes. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's what he says is actually true. We don't focus on communication, which is like the blood that flows.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a certain Cuban friend. He said, Richard, the focus is on communication.
What's the focus?
Because it's very important. In leadership, you need to get hold of that. And if you do, it takes you very far.
Can we take another caller? 0207 10001. That's the number that you can call. Oh, I think we lost that one there. 0207 10001. So we're talking about
confronting challenges.
What to know is a trap and
So like I said, there had been my career traveled very quickly in my early times as a banker. So I had a lot of, I quickly joined the seniors, and I still have the juniors as my friend. So when you get to my juniors as my friends, they didn't really see that because they are scared about what they let out because they didn't also know.
Oh, God, the callers are coming. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, hello, good morning. My name is Kwarteng. I'm calling from WA.
Wow. Ever, please go ahead.
I'm an engineer by profession. I'm a broadcast engineer, but I'm becoming interested in what you are doing, and I've really learned a lot in the communication field. And I'm a manager at one of the stations. And I would like to thank you very much. But I mean, how can I get the book to guys?
Let him order.
Please speak to me.
Yeah, so you can order. You order by the address that I gave. When you order through the address, and we get it sent to you. We get arrangements sent to you. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Wow, so he can.
That's why.
Can you give us where to get the books again?
Yes, we can get it from, I mentioned Legon, EPP books, and then Legon campus, you have Kingdom Books. I'm working something closely with
Is
Bachona.
There contact we can?
Yeah, when you get it on the shelf.
No,
like from
phone,
myself. Yeah, phone you can.
Someone
so,
to call.
Yes.
Can you give us the number?
I'll give you the number before we go. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
0207 10001. We can pick one last call.
Okay.
Let's try and briefly finish.
Okay. So like I said, because it's very difficult for me to have been. I want to make friends with my.
I think we have.
Okay.
My last caller. Let's pick him and then wrap up. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Nana.
Okay, please go ahead, Nana. Hello, Nana, I think your place is a bit noisy. Can you please move away from the noise so we can hear you better? Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Nana, please speak up. Hello. Oh, I think his connection is not too good. But amazing how time flies.
It's okay.
Yeah. So your number, the contact we can have before we can reach.
0244 33 8299.
024. Please.
024. I'll communicate. Okay, that is another angle to it. When you need to go slow and let the person appreciate it, and then understand it, and then choose where to even communicate it. It's not every time you communicate in the office. Sometimes you communicate before office opens or after office, after hours, or even book an appointment and sit the person somewhere and communicate. It may sink than in the office and all that. So I have learned that right now as well from you. I'll communicate well. 0244 338299.
Again, please.
0244 338299.
Okay. So before you leave us, your
Is it time
words.
already?
It's I don't know how.
It's interesting.
It's amazing how time flies when you are.
In fact, I don't believe
There's
it.
a proverb that says when the game is getting sweeter, that's when it ends.
I
or something
know,
like that.
right?
My tree is not that good, but
it's good. It's okay.
Yeah. So your final words.
Okay, my final words basically is, we don't prepare people before we give them tasks at the workplace. That is a flaw on the workplace, the corporate environment, and on leaders. But the point is that one of your tasks as a leader is to grow leaders. So if you want to grow leaders and you want to assign them with higher tasks or higher assignments, you need to find a way to prepare them. And I think this book has got everything in here. And that is also one of my motivations driving me to put this book together. People don't share what they have acquired or God has blessed them with so that generations can just pick it and benefit. And for me, I always believe that to live is to die. And so when you give everything out, everything is dead in your head. But this is living for people to read when you are gone. And so probably we'll watch out for the next book.
Yes, which I can't.
2021, God willing. It's going to be powerful.
That's his campaign message for 2021. Anyway, we just had Richard Ahenkorah on his book, Your Journey to the Top, Proven Best Approach to Accelerate Your Career Progression. Well, if you want more details, you can call 0231 151615. It's amazing how time flies. But next week, we also have another book. Tune in same time, 8 a.m. Tomorrow it's on repeat, 2 to 3 p.m. Don't miss out. I'm Caroline Owusu Asamoah. Grateful to my team for a great show. I love you all. Mwah. Bye.